Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police channel. To our loyal viewers and subscribers. Yes, we at the Jamaica Young Police channel are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law and respect the rights of every citizen, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because it saves lives. Yes, we at the Jamaica Young Police channel is all about. Yes, we're all about saving lives. Yes, that's what we're all about. Yes. So this is a logical conclusion because preemptive strikes save lives and prevent further loss of life, and that what we at the Jamaica Young Police channel is all about, saving lives on this channel. So we hate criminals with a passion. Their supporters, enablers, financiers and the likes. And we do not want them over here. Yes, we do not want the criminal supporters or criminal-minded people over here. We do not want your views, subscription, likes or comments. Please go elsewhere where the red carpet is waiting for you. Over here, we want to see you go to prison or madden. So moving on with our
the Jamaica Young Police channel, we have another bad news again for the Jamaican government, and the political class. Because they think that, it's every Jamaicans are idiots. You understand? So we have some more bad news for the Jamaican government, and here it is. Jamaicans in the diaspora are moving to Rwanda, Africa, because of your criminals' paradise policies. And you are not listening and want to rid Jamaica of criminals. Good luck with your criminal cuddling policies and taking away Jamaicans' license to firearms for those who are living in the diaspora, including members of the Jamaican Constabulary Force and Army who have served and given their all to this criminal paradise island named Jamaica. But you guys can give Rev of the 90s gang, who is a convicted criminal, drug dealer and deportee, everything clean, a cure and other convicted criminal license firearms, and there is no accountability for the police officers, the gazette officers who are in the upper echelon of the Jamaica Constabulary Force and who have not been made to account for their actions. So we see that Jamaica is the real criminal's paradise. So we at the Jamaica Young Police channel have to listen to many Jamaicans living in the diaspora telling us of their plights, of the Jamaican banks are the biggest robbers with a new clause called dormancy. That means that there are not activities, and thus make it legal for the banks to take the depositors' money. And for black people to do this to their people, it is not only wicked but unconscionable at best. How do you sleep, Mr. and Mrs. Politicians in Jamaica? You guys are the thieves, raping the poor and creating more poor people in the criminal's paradise known as Jamaica. Gene and Pantan, the only person charged in the alleged 3 billion fraud at Stocks and Securities Limited, claims she confessed because of an alleged offer from a reformer boss and the company's founder, you cross-carry. So honestly, so they take the Jamaican people for fool. That one person, I have never worked in the banking industry, but I have a little experience in the command to logistics, because of logistics have to do it's have to do with intelligence and supply members with weapons, and you have to go out in the field and all kind of stuff like that. And for you to move a box of 50 caliber ammunition to a point A to point B, not only one person will sign it, and it has to go through a chain for it to leave the custody of the logistic manager or logistic officer that's in the military. So they're telling the Jamaican people and the world that this is the only person responsible for thieving all the money, Gene and Pantan, because they think that everybody are fool and everybody live at Jonestown and back to everybody just dunce. Because that's truly my biggest thief, you understand? So Gina, she's the only person. So the former client relation manager claimed in her defense in a lawsuit brought against her and 9 others by Gene Ford, an investor. Cross-Kerry is the third defendant. Intrepidation, the second defendant, Pantan, said that the background of the alleged confession was premised on an offer made by the third defendant, Cross-Kerry, on behalf of the first defendant, SSL. The offer was an inducement and the statement would not have been made otherwise, she said in the document filed in the Supreme Court on May 25, 2023. She continued, the second defendant, Pantan, therefore put the claimant to strictly prove the validity of the alleged confession and statement and allegation according to law. Detail of the so-called offer needed to be outlined. So based on what is happening with this case, we want you to listen to this Jamaican in the diaspora, and this man, he's not rich, but we're not going to elaborate about his wealth, because we know that you people in Jamaica, you will kill him if you see him, go and rob him. So for his peace and safety and security, because he's saying if Usain Bolt, who is an icon of Jamaica, and his money is not safe and nobody don't know him, why should he go there and put in money in any bank in Jamaica? And not only that they have this dormancy clause in Jamaica for them to rob his money. So I want you to listen to him. You watch, you listen, you decide.
Usain Bolt live in a place where he has lots of protection. So if they can touch Usain Bolt money, and everybody want Nyama food, everybody want money, and if you're in a business, you must pay extortion. Why am I gonna choose Jamaica? Do I look like I need headache? Do I look like I need stress? Do I look like I like drama? I love peace and serenity. Rwanda gives me that. Africa gives me that. Furthermore, I love the brochet. I love the fresh air. I love the Maracosi. We just love everything about Rwanda. We just love everything about Rwanda. Are you having a blast? You're eating all the things don't give me none? Huh? Yeah?
The real deal.
The real deal. Really? Okay, the last piece. You know, me get riled up so I can't shut up. I'm just so pumped up I cannot shut up. Now, is that morally Jamaica gone. Jamaica gone morally. Jamaica has the most churches per capita, yet it has the highest crime rate per capita. If you look at it now, Jamaica has gone to a place now where the dancehall take over by the sprat life. Good reggae dancehall artists, them not make any kind of music that's inspiring anymore. The Rainbow Gang took over the universities. So Jamaica is morally bankrupt right now. And because of that now, I want to go back to that peace and serenity, that good life, the good old life, the good old days. I'm looking for that peace again. You see, my passion and my purpose, I'm about to play now, so my passion and my purpose is that I want to make sure that I give back to the younger generation. I want to be able to sponsor hundreds of youths to go to college and university. That's one of my drive, because I grew up disenfranchised. I never had a chance or people to help me to go to university. I had to send myself to university, and I also had to work hard and build my own self. I'm not rich, don't get me wrong, but I thank God for the little I have, and I want to be able to give it, because the good book says, to whom much is given, much is required. And as I said, I'm not beating on Jamaica. Don't get me wrong, my fellow Jamaicans, my die-hard thing. If it worked for you, it's your thing. For me, God give me wisdom, and it's not working for me. So this is why I said, that's the reason why I'm shifting away from Jamaica to the east. We can't deal with the stress anymore. I cannot deal with the stress. I just can't deal with the constant, that acidity and that tension. I want to relax. I want to enjoy the fruits of my labor.
Yeah, so, there it is. You hear it from the presenter himself. Who in this world do not want peace and serenity? You cannot have that in Jamaica, the criminal's paradise. No, you can't. You understand? Because as they have rightfully stated, if Usain Bolt money is not safe, and not only Usain Bolt, if your money is not safe in the bank because they have a thing called dormancy, most Jamaicans don't even know about it. Where it's like a con system. It's like a Ponzi scheme where you put your money in the bank, and if you are the bank is inactive according to their standard, the bank account is dormant, then you have to go and find JP and all kind of stuff like that. In America, we don't even need that, and America is a first world country. So all of those things is just garbage. It's just another way to rob you, and the politicians in Jamaica are the ones who pass this law for the bank. So they're not looking out for the people. So why would you want to retire in the criminal's paradise? In the criminal's paradise called Jamaica, if the gunman don't get you, the bank get you. And if the bank don't get you, the patrol them get you. If the patrol don't get you, the family get you. If the family don't get you, the neighbor get you. So it's just, you just surround and you have to depend on a tip and a toe. Hey, look at Richard, how the man is enjoying himself, running down the hill even there with cows. When I saw him with the cows, I remember when as a little boy, when I was living with my grandparents, used to go down to a man named Mass George, George and this not Troja. You understand, they call it milk in the morning for my grandmother. So we'll continue about Jeannie and Pantan, where the government is pretending like it's she alone thief nearly $3 billion. You understand? And she's remanded in custody. And we know it's because of shame why they do that, why the court is doing it, And look, and the reason why this is happening is because Jean and Pantan party is not in power. Because Fear Father was a straight PMP LGBTQ plus activist supporter. You understand, of the PMP LGBTQ plus party. So Cross-Kerry attorney, King Counsel Peter Champagne, said Pantan's latest allegation does not accord with my instruction from Cross-Kerry. I would not want to venture into a discourse concerning what Pantan allegedly said. Her matter is best before the courts and is best dealt with in the court, he told the Gleaner on Monday. According to the signed confession statement dated January 7, 2023, Pantan admitted that she used various mechanisms to take money from clients and that she created false statements to provide to the clients reflecting what they should have in their accounts and not the sum had in their accounts. She added that she stole the money over several years. The statements made to SSL as part of an internal investigation named 39 clients whose accounts had a total value of over 700 million unannounced, and you are telling us it is only one person who has stolen nearly $3 billion. The government and the political class think that we are all fools. Pantan said she took approximately 20% of the sum off and a further $109 million. How that happened? Oh, boy, I tell you, Jamaica is a real criminal paradise, You think you could have thieved so much money in America and get away with it for years? No accountability. Everybody eat a food. So you grease my hand, palm and me grease yours. An account in the name of Wellgen Limited, a holding company owned by sports great Usain Bolt, was not mentioned on the list. SSL said in a subsequent statement that it needed to be more made aware that the portfolio was affected. I feel remorse for my actions, Pantan said in the statement that bear the seals and signature from a justice of the peace. A note at the end of the statement said, I gave the above statement voluntarily and of my own free will, and I am of a sound mind. I confirm that I obtained legal advice before swearing to this statement, and the said statement was given in the presence of my attorney at law. Bolt's account value plummeted from $2 billion that's US 12.7 million in October 2022 to Jamaica 1.8 million or US 12,000 in January 2023 when he checked, following an alert from Pantan, his legal team has said. Pantan, who worked for SSL for over 25 years until she was dismissed in that January, was charged in February. That's just over a month after SSL reported the fraud to the regulator's Financial Services Commission on January 10th. On January 17th, the FSC took temporary management of the company, which is involved in a court battle with the regulator over the appointment of a trustee. Ford, an 80-year-old woman, is suing SSL and the other defendant. Allegedly, she was defrauded of $830,000 US. Welgen also sued SSL. Both matters are being heard together and are scheduled to be mentioned in the Supreme Court on Wednesday. Last week, Chief Technical Director and Head of the Financial Investigation Division, Selvin A., said the investigation into the case is progressing. In a Supreme Court filing on March 10th, the FSC declared that SSL was insolvent, saying the company did not have enough money to pay its debts. The regulators has also sought the court's permission to present a petition under the Companies Act for the winding up or liquidating of SSL, leave to appointing Tomlinson as trustee, and confirmation of full and exclusive power of management of SSL vested in the FSC effective January 17, 2023. So it goes to show you that in Jamaica, once you're connected, you can thief any amount of money, and it doesn't matter whose money, not even the most prominent person in the world, Usain Bolt. And there's no repercussion. These are the people who are involved in this fraud, but she's the only one that is in custody so far. And as Richard had rightfully stated, nobody wants to deal with the headache and the trouble of living in Jamaica, retired. And you can see that he's having a great time there in Rwanda. My next trip, yes, just returning from Jamaica over a week ago. Yeah, my next trip would be Africa, yes. I have always said that I have to visit Africa. I've visited Europe several times. I have to go to Africa to visit Africa, the motherland, because it doesn't matter where you're born. If a pig born in a plane is still a pig. So I was born in Jamaica and I am African. Yes, most Jamaicans, you tell them that they're Africans, they start, because what they're doing is what they have seen on the TV, cable and stuff like that. But you just have to understand, that of all the people in the world, our people have been oppressed mentally, physically and spiritually from the day that we have met those people from Europe. And we still are. To this day, they still believe that they are gods to us. They want us to treat them like they are deities when they are nothing good about them. You understand? So based on what we are seeing from Richard, maybe finally, the late Marcus Garvey word would come to fruition. Which Marcus Garvey had said to the black man, look to the east, look to Africa. Yes, because this was a wish of Marcus Garvey for black people. We have wealth and knowledge and skills to impart it to our African people and build Africa. And the thing is that with Africa is this religion thing that divided Africa, the Arabs, our biggest enemies. Yes, the Arabs, because remember, most black people do not know their history, that the Arabs were worse kind of enslavers to our people than the whites, because they used to mutilate our men, cut off them genitals, and 7 out of 10 of them would bleed to death because they didn't want our men to touch their women, but they want to touch our women. You understand? So the Arabs were never our friends and will never be. Nobody like the black man. Nobody in the world. And but the black man love everybody. I don't know how we do that. You understand? Because let's look in at Jamaica. We don't even love ourselves there and as black people, because who rob the black people them? It's black people. A black people rob black people there, and black people killing black people there. And when it's going to stop? It has to be a revolution, and the mindset have to change. Have yourself a beautiful day. Jamaica Young Police Channel out.